Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to continue learning about chemical reactions. Chemical reactions, as you know, are very, very important. We know about chemical reactions from CSI. If a detective is on a case and trying to solve a murder, he is going to use luminol, which we saw. It glows purple when it comes in contact with iron. So the color change and the light and the energy that was given off, those were signs of the product, the physical properties of the product, that a chemical change had in fact occurred. If you bake a cake, simple as that, if you have a batter and it smells one way and it's liquidy, those are physical properties, you put it in the oven, you add heat, a chemical reaction occurs with the batter, and then you or the dough, and you end up with baked bread at the end. So it smells different. That's a physical property. It looks different. It feels different. Those are all physical properties. So you can guess a physical property is something that you can describe about a substance, and you use your five senses. You describe how it looks, feels, smells, etc. Your five senses. So today what we have is a demonstration / activity. It's not a lab. We're not using different setups with one thing changed. Everyone's gonna have the same setup. Everyone is going to have water. Captains, you're going to make sure everybody has water. Captains, you're going to make sure everybody has a tablespoon of salt. Captains are going to make sure that they use a glove, because they're the ones that are going to be handling just everything for today. Since this is really only our second activity together, I just want to make sure that everybody's safe. Captains are going to be wearing gloves because there is a little bit of electricity involved. So you're going to look at your Google Drive sheet, the one that says proof that a chemical reaction has occurred. You can raise your hand if you don't see it. But if everyone has it, please open it up. And you're going to type right into the document, you're going to type, what are the physical properties of water? What are the physical properties? You're going to type colorless, odorless, doesn't have any smell. You're going to type that it is, you can remember how it tastes. Please don't drink any of this water. And type that in as well. Tasteless, or maybe just has a neutral taste. You could write that as well. So those are the physical properties. It's not bubbling. Just doing what it does, being pure. So we have salt as well, and salt has granules, tiny little granules, and so they are solid. You want to describe what they look like, and so they're white, they're small, they're hard, they're solid, odorless. Okay, so if any of those change, remember, we know a chemical reaction has occurred. So captains, we're taking the salt and we're dissolving it into our water, and right away we know something has occurred. A chemical reaction has occurred because, yes, that's right, because the white granules disappeared. It is not a permanent reaction, because if you were to evaporate the water out, then you would have crystals again. But technically, since bonds are broken, a chemical reaction has occurred. And on your sheet, a chemical reaction definition is there. A chemical reaction is when you have reactants, in this case water and salt. Electricity is not really a reactant, but it's present. and they combine together. Those reactants combine together, like the water and the salt, and then you have products which are different from the reactants. So let's see. We have our clear salt water. We're going to see if there's anything else that could possibly change. And to do that, we're going to make sure we have all our connections. And we're going to put both wires that are not touching into the water. Notice the way we've set it up though is the batteries, these are batteries, and they're held in place with a screw and a nut. The battery here has a negative terminal. The flat side is negative. The battery, that same battery, the positive side is pointing this way, touching the negative side of the next battery, and the positive side is here, touching the screws, touching the nut, I'm sorry, the bolt, either one. And then we attach the wires. We attach to the wires to that entire unit so that the electricity can flow. And what you should see, I will not tell you what you should see. You're going to write it down on your sheet. So if you see anything physically change about the saltwater solution, you need to write it down and turn it in with your name and the date. And that is going to be due in another 10 minutes. Good luck. So